Welcome here on Niners Radio. With 49ers getting ready to take on the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis here at the Cow Palace, one of the original sites of where the Golden State Warriors played from the 60s to the early 70s. We're on the other side, not far from Candlestick. We're here with former Super Bowl champion Dennis Brown. We're getting ready to preview the 49ers and the Seahawks for this Sunday. Kickoff time is at 1 p.m. Pacific. Catch on Fox 2 in the Bay Area and on the Niners flagship KGO News Talk 810. And my man Dennis Brown, you'll be on the pre- and post-game with Larry Krueger, John Lund, and our KGO.
Right. Yeah, and we do it every Saturday or every home game and away game, and it's great. We got a great studio down in Levi Stadium. Got to get you there. Got to get you there and visit once. And it's a great environment. It's a great studio. Two great guys, Larry Krueger and John Lund, and we just preview the Niners, and we talk about upcoming. Last week we thought we had a win, right? I mean, we thought coming in there, we thought we matched up well with Green Bay. I think a lot of clock management, defense. You got to close the game. Am I right?
Especially under over less than a minute. If it was 5 more seconds they had, if it was 30 seconds or beyond that, then
yeah. I mean, we can all be armchair quarterbacks, but Fred Warner came out this week and said he lined up wrong. Okay. He was too tight on the line of scrimmage. He should have been back. But you're dealing with probably the best quarterback in the National Football League in Aaron Rodgers, and you probably got one of the best receivers in Devontae Adams from East Palo Alto. Probably the two best right there, and it's tough. But you can't give those two guys 38 seconds, 36 seconds, what it was. But it was an exciting game.
Great game.
I think a lot was seen, a lot of character. We'll see this week how the team bounces back. I think that's going to be the key.
It's going to be first of 2 consecutive division games, and the Niners have not had the Seahawks have had their way with the Niners in recent years. I mean, 17 out of the last 14, and 1-7 or 1-6 in their 7 games since the stadium opened.
Yeah.
And so then the speculation now that Russell Wilson, this could be his final swan song up in the Pacific Northwest, and this is an opportunity for the Niners to bounce back and try to throw a blow that could balance the power in this long-time rivalry.
Well, yeah, listen, and it's a rivalry, it's a divisional game, but check this out. If you lose this game against the Seahawks, you fall to the bottom.
2 games.
2 games.
It's a 2-game swing for either team.
You haven't even played the Cardinals, haven't played the Rams, and we've seen what they've done. They're looking. I mean, the Rams are looking great with Matthew Stafford.
And this is a big game for both clubs because it's a 2-game swing. You're going to either be wing back, 2 back. Yeah. Next week, the Niners play in Arizona.
Yes.
And they've only won just 1 time and then twice in 3 years. But you could face the prospect. One of these 2 teams could fall 3 games back. Yeah. And we're not even still in the first quarter of this schedule.
Yeah.
So we're here with Dennis Brown. Niners getting ready to take on the Seahawks. So, this is going to be a very big game at Levi's.
Yeah, and the rivalry is not what it used to be like 3 or 4 years ago, but still, it's a divisional game. And like we just said, whoever loses this football game is going to be 2 games behind and probably the toughest division in the National Football League.
That's right.
So it's got to be sense of urgency. Yeah. Now, Seahawks have lost 2 games back to back. I know Ken Norton. Ken Norton was my linebacker when I was here.
Your teammate.
Teammate, yeah. And Pete Carroll was my defensive coordinator.
That's right.
So I know how they're going to bring it. And it's going to be, Levi's got to be lit. It's got to be lit come against the Seahawks, and it's got to be loud. You got to make sure Russell Wilson doesn't get in any type of rhythm. You got to throw off this offense and not let Russell Wilson scramble back there and make plays down the football field. Now, the key matchup is going to be Metcalf and Lockett against the secondary, this 49ers secondary.
It's a depleted secondary, of course.
Yes.
Larry lost with a couple of DB at the beginning. Jason Verrett's out for the year, and Josh Norman's out for this game.
Yes.
No way he could play after what happened, and then they're gonna and they just signed some guys.
And you're going to be challenged. Russell Wilson is going to challenge the secondary to see what he's got, and Russell Wilson throws a fantastic long ball. So it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a matchup, but you got to get up. This is division. This is the Seahawks. This is division. So this is the great thing about football.
Another team about 45 minutes north from the Mecca is playing for a divisional championship as well, but has more historical values as well. So Russell Wilson's home run balls is the equivalent of the Giants' 237 home runs.
Yeah, and
he played baseball.
He played baseball, yeah, and he's an athlete.
Yeah.
And you got to rush this guy, and he doesn't want to run anymore. Russell Wilson is getting a bit older, but he's gotten a lot smarter.
Yeah.
So he understands the defense. You're not going to fool him that much. He's going to run around and kind of make things happen and wait for coverage to break down. So you got to have sticky coverage in the back and then the secondary backfield. So Russell Wilson's a great quarterback. He's got 2 great weapons. It's going to be a challenge. I think the 49ers can do it.
Yeah,
I think if you play solid fundamental football, you can go out there. And the key to this whole game is going to be what we didn't see last week is that pass rush.
All right, Dennis.
That pass rush.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, bro. Thanks for coming out.
That's Dennis Brown, Niners Seahawks, and you'll be on with Keanu Martin, pregame 49ers.com as well.
Yes, I will, definitely. We do a great work there.
I'm going to try to get with her one day on a podcast.
Yeah,
yes.
for sure.
Niners Seahawks, 1 p.m., 105 kickoff. Catch it on Fox 2, KGO News Talk 810. I will not be out at the Mecca this Sunday, but we'll do post-game on a podcast, audio version, because I'll be doing the Giants coverage at Oracle Park. From the Cow Palace here in Daly City, Professor B for Niners Radio.